Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good day everyone. My presentation is all about Hinduism. So what is Hinduism? Hinduism is the world's oldest religion which roots in custom back more than 4,000 years. Today, about 900 million followers. Hinduism is the third largest religion behind Christianity and Islam. Because of Hinduism has no specific founder, it is difficult to trace its origin and history. But most scholars believe that Hinduism started somewhere between 2300 BC and 1500 BC in the Indus Valley, near modern day as of now or Pakistan. But many Hindus argue that their faith is timeless and has always existed. It is important to know the earliest known sacred texts of Hinduism are the Vedas, date back to at least 3000 BC, but some date them back even further to 8000 to 6000 BCE or the before Common Era. And some Hindus themselves believe these texts to be of divine origin and therefore timeless. Related to this, is worth mentioning here that there is no designated religious hierarchy that determines official Hindu doctrine or practices. Thus, there is no one who can speak for Hinduism as a whole and no single authority regarding what is truly Hindu or not. Nevertheless, below is a list of principles that by practitioners' consensus characterize one as Hindu. The one is believe in the divinity of the Vedas, believe in one all-pervasive supreme reality, believe in the cyclical nature of time, believe in karma, believe in reincarnation, believe in alternate realities, higher beings, believe in enlightened masters of gurus, believe in non-aggression and non-injury, believe that all rebel religions are essentially correct, believe that the living being is first and foremost as a spiritual entity, and believe in an organic social system. In addition to these basic principles, Hinduism is also characterized by the following beliefs. First, Hinduism embraces many religious ideas. For this reason, it is sometimes referred as a way of life or a family of religions, as opposed to a single organized religion. Second, the most forms of Hinduism are henotheistic, which means they worship a single deity known as Brahman, but still recognize other gods and goddesses. Next, followers of Hinduism believe there are multiple paths of reaching their God. Third, the Hindus believe in the doctrines of samsara, the continuous cycle of life, death, and reincarnation, and karma, that is the universal law of a cause and effect. Fourth, one of the key thoughts of the Hinduism is Atma, or the belief in soul. This philosophy holds that living creatures have soul and they are all part of the Supreme Soul. Fifth is the idea that beliefs, actions, and thoughts directly determine their current life and future lives. Sixth, Hindus strive to achieve dharma, which is a code of living that emphasizes good conduct and morality. Seventh is the fact that the Hindus revere all living creatures and considers as a cow a sacred animal. And eighth, food is an important part of life for Hindus. In fact, most Hindus don't eat beef or pork. and many are vegetarians. Now, there is no single authoritative text in Hinduism that functions like the Bible for Christians or the Quran for Muslims. Instead, there are several different collections of texts. The one is the Vedas, the Upanishads, the Mahabharata, the Bhagavad Gita, and the Ramayana. The Vedas is the oldest Hindu sacred text and have the most wide-ranging authority. They live to have been written anywhere from 1800 to 1200 BCE or before the Common Era. The Upanishads is describing a more philosophical and theoretical approach to the practice of Hinduism and were written roughly between 8000 and 400 BCE, around the same time that the Buddha lived in the thought. The Mahabharata is the longest epic poem in the world. The most well-known portion is the Bhagavad Gita, which is perhaps the best known and widely cited book in all Hinduism. The Ramayana is in another most important epic poem of Hinduism. And the Hindu gods, it is interesting to note and already intimated. The Hindus worship many gods and goddesses in addition to Brahman, who is believed to be the supreme god, first present in all things. Some of the most prominent deities include Brahma, the god responsible for the creation of the world and all living things. Vishnu, the god that preserves and protects the universe. Shiva, the god that destroyed the universe in order to recreate it. Devi, the goddess that fights to restore Dharma. Krishna, the god of the compassion, tenderness, and love. Lakshmi, the goddess of wealth and purity. Saraswati, the goddess of learning. There are some sects of Hinduism. Hinduism is many sects and sometimes divided into the following. Shaivism, the followers of Shiva. Vaishnava, the followers of Vishnu. Shaktism, the followers of Devi. And Smarta, that is the followers of Brahman and all major deities. It must also be noted some Hindus elevate the Hindu Trinity, which consists of the Rama, Vishnu, and Shiva. Others believe that all the deities are the manifestation of one Hindu caste system. Another important aspect of Hinduism is the caste system. The caste system is a social hierarchy in India that divides Hindus based on their karma and dharma. Many scholars believe that system dates back more than 3,000 years. There are four main castes in order of prominence, namely Brahman, the intellectual and spiritual leaders. Kshatriyas, that is the protectors and public servants of society. Vaisyas, that is the skillful producers. Shudras, that is the unskilled laborers. Many of subcategories is also exist within the caste, one of which is the untouchables. Untouchables are a class of citizens that are outside the caste system and considered to be in the lowest level of the social hierarchy. It is also important to know, for centuries, the caste system determined every aspect of person's social professionals, and religious status in India. But when India became an independent nation, its constitution banned discrimination based on caste. Today, the caste system still exists in India. Many of the old customs are overlooked, but some traditions, such as only marrying within a specific caste, are still embraced. That's all, and thank you very much, and good day, everyone.